I don't know why, but I thought I'd share something that I still can't explain after all these years. I was 16, last year of high school, and my family had just moved into the outer suburbs of a city. Parents had left me alone for the night to go out, so I ordered pizza and watched some movies. What can I say? I wasn't exactly prom king material. Anyways, after finishing off 2 large pizzas by myself, I decided to clear out the trash rather than having the living room stink of anchovies and cheese. So I went to the back door, only to have our 10-year-old husky Kunan jump on me, trying to get into the pizza boxes in my hand. Whatever. Drop the boxes and he starts flicking them with his nose. "Want to come inside?" I asked him, but Kunan just ignored me. It was late summer, and huskies really enjoyed the nighttime weather. After a while, he got bored and walked off towards the back fence, obviously having dug a nice hole in the ground to curl up in. I picked up the empty pizza boxes and went through the side gate, walking out onto the curb where our trash cans were. It was night, but with the street lights, you can see where the trash cans were on the curb. Out of the corner of my eye was this hulking mass down the road. The street lights were sparse enough that I could only see its shadow and the trash cans it knocked onto the street. It had to be a bear. It just had to be. Then I heard the most guttural, feral growl I've ever heard. I just noped. There was some sort of bass distinct deep inside me that told me to get out of there as fast as I could. Like millions of years of evolution, it had embedded the most basic of survival reflexes. There was a teeny tiny part of me that wanted to see a bear in the flesh, maybe get a video of it and post it on the internet. I didn't even stop to consider it though, as I scrambled back to the side gate as fast as I could, setting records. That animal though, it must have seen me. Thought it looked better to eat than the trash it was going through, because as soon as I head towards the house, I heard this heavy stomping running down the street. I don't know what I was thinking. I probably wasn't, because I didn't even bother opening the gate. I just jumped over it. High jump superstar right there. Not bothering to look back, I headed straight inside and called the cops. I know, what would the cops do? Charge the bear with trespassing? Arrest Yogi and throw him in jail with a picnic basket? I was 16. I had never run into a bear, and I was sure as heck I'm not going to call my parents. The phone rang as I frantically ran into one window to another, looking out for a cuddly bundle of fun that wanted to crack me open like a honeypot. No sign of him. The phone picked up. 911, what's your emergency? Said the voice of an unenthusiastic woman. Hi, hello, I'm stuck inside, and I think there's a bear stalking me. A bear, you say? She said slightly less unenthusiastically. That's when I got my first glimpse of it. I was looking out a front window when I saw it come right into view, right on my front lawn. It was big, like a bear, but it stood up. I wasn't a 16-year-old expert on bears or anything, but I was pretty sure they didn't stand upright on their hind legs like a person. In the dark, I couldn't get a good look at its fur, but just guessing from the silhouette it casted, it had to be 10 foot tall. And let me tell you, it turned its head to look through the window, right at me. I never felt the strength drain out of my body as fast since then. I collapsed onto the ground, barely holding the phone in my hands. Did you say bear, kid? Said the woman on the phone. I shook my head yes. I then came to my senses a little bit and said yes. Is it just you in the home? Yes, my mom and dad are out. Alright, sit tight. We'll get someone out there right away. After telling her my address, she hung up, and I just sat there in the dark, hoping that this nightmare would be over. I didn't know what that thing was, and I didn't want to find out. Hopefully somebody else could deal with it, and I could get back to my life as normal, if I just waited. Howling pierced the silence. It was Kunan. I had left Kunan outside. Scared, my thoughts racing in my head, I army crawled through the house, through the kitchen, and to the living room. My legs sprang me upwards, and I saw, through the black door window, Kunan standing at the side gate, howling. I wanted to scream out, command that dog to shut up. The words nearly escaped my mouth before my hands involuntarily trapped them inside. I was too scared to scream out, too scared to come out of hiding, too scared to face that creature, to save my dog. Time slowed down. Kunon had been a good dog to me. All the times we played together when he was a puppy. The nights when he curled up into a ball and slept on my bed. The sandwiches he stole from the bench, the tummy rubs, the head pats, the games of fetch. All of that was about to disappear because he wouldn't stop howling. No, it was about to disappear because I was too scared. I don't think I've ever done anything as dumb as my life ever again, but I ran out to save my best friend. I almost pulled the back door off its hinges, with eyes only focused on my dog. I charged and tackled Kunon. Thankfully, he stopped howling. It was only when I turned to the gate I found out why. It was no damn bear. I got a full view of this creature, and to this day, I still don't know what it is. I don't know how I missed it, but I saw its antlers. Its face was more like a deer, but it was bearing fangs like a bear. It was tall, taller than a gate, and it had claws reaching over the top of the gate. Its eyes yellow. Those yellow eyes were just staring at us. I didn't stare too long back, because I picked up Kunon and carried him back inside. When I slammed the door shut, I heard something crash outside. I didn't look, but I just knew that the creature had broken the gate. I froze on the spot. Kunon did too. He had his ears pinned back and laid down on the floor. Those same heavy footsteps from before came into the back door, and I started to hear sniffing. Just sniffing, from the door handle, and then to the bottom of the door. Then it stopped. The footsteps moved away from the door and started going along the house. When it reached a window, I could see how it was all on all fours, just prowling outside the house. After a while, the footsteps disappeared. The police came and they took 5 minutes, but it seemed like forever. They asked what happened, and I told them about the creature, how it stood up, how it had a deer's head, how it looked at me with its yellow eyes. They just laughed. When my mom and dad came home, they were pissed that the gate was broken. None of them believed me when I saw that creature, but I'm telling you, I don't know what I saw that day, but it was no damn bear. There are some creatures still out there that remains undiscovered.